My motivations for joining the armed forces were a family background, the sense of wanting to give something to society, and lastly, having watched Top Gun. So I joined the Royal Navy as an aircraft engineer in May 2001, and obviously shortly after that, the Twin Towers happened, and that really formed the basis of my naval career. There was a shortage of helicopters at the time, battlefield helicopters, and that led to me being lent to the RAF and carrying out active service on 28 Squadron in Iraq and Afghanistan. Obviously, coming out of the military for anybody can be quite a shock. You normally get discharged from the military with a minimum of a year's notice, or you know you're coming up to the end of your extended career period. When you get medically discharged, you get a very short period of notice to prepare yourself for it. So I literally had, I think, about 3 to 4 months in which to find a new job, move home, find a house, and get settled, and do some transition workshops as well within that. Having been a very active person in a very active career, I'm now very sedentary, and lots of my sort of ways that I would normally de-stress, such as exercise and the likes, I've had to tailor those back and focus on what I can do rather than what I can't do. Being awarded a place on the Disabled Veterans Scholarship Fund has transformed my life. I have ambitions to run my own business at some point. So I'm studying for an MBA at the moment. Firstly, I was surprised, slightly overwhelmed, and genuinely humbled that I'd been chosen for the scholarship, and also that there were other people out there that were willing to support veterans, and particularly disabled veterans or people who were injured coming out of the military, to help them with their civilian career. The flexibility of the Open University was really important to me. It meant that I was able to continue with my career while studying at the same time. And like most people these days, it financially wouldn't have been a viable option to give up work in order to study. The biggest difference that studying with the OU has made to my life is that I've had quite a lot of exposure and experience with my military career of either leading teams, managing teams, or people leading me and my team, etc. And you kind of work out what works and what doesn't, and what's good for certain people and what's bad in certain circumstances. But you don't ever necessarily understand the theory behind it or why that works. So what I'm really learning at the moment is those areas that I've got the experience of what the actual theory behind it is. Your kindness changes lives. Thank you. You will be making a difference to my life and my career going forwards, which will also have an impact on my family and my children. So thank you ever so much. I study very early in the morning on a Sunday. Tends to be a typical study day for me. 5 o'clock in the morning, I will be up and studying. And my 19-year-old son often comes in at 6:30 in the morning. So that's quite often a distraction.
You do well to get a 19-year-old out of bed at 6:30.
No, he's coming in.
Oh, he's coming in. Oh, right, I see.